Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to another World of Dummies. Now, I have World of Dummy replays literally coming out of my ears. Ever since I started them, people are just sending me so many dummy replays. And we've got two replays for you today because the replays are actually quite long. We're going to start off with Melly Moo in the T92, the missile tank. Now, as we know, missiles are quite difficult to deal with, but they are not impossible to deal with. And it's more towards the end of the battle where Melee is on their own against three tanks, but they're going to do absolutely brilliantly before getting down to a 1 versus 3 situation. So at the moment, they are spotted. I mean, Melly Moo, is it a girl? I'd say it's a girl. A boy, I don't know. It's a Melly. Who knows? They. We're going to call them they. So they're going to do actually a really, really good job. But the enemy are going to make it really, really easy for them. So at the moment, 896 damage, nothing too special at the moment. But there are tanks all around. Now, first up is this Chieftain Mark 6. So if the team push, then they're in a bad situation. But first up, the Chieftain does decide to push, but I don't even think the Chieftain knows that there is a missile tank here, because not once does he look in this direction, which is great for Melee, because a Chieftain is a good tank. And as you can see, the Chieftain has started to push around, and he thinks he's got the wall for cover, but does he even realise that there's a missile tank? Like, hello, there's a missile tank here. I don't think they do. So there's two tanks down already for his team, or their team. Now they can push towards the Chieftain, but the AMX does take the Chieftain out. So it's now they bring it down to a 5-on-5, 4-on-5, and now we're going to get a couple or a shot into the side of the Tortoise, bringing him quite low hit points. It's still not a one shot, maybe with the high roll, but they are going to shoot the T92E1 on the enemy team with HE. All he needs is a nice rear shot, and that is enough to clear that T92. Now there goes the T30, the AMX 50B on their team. Him here. Now does get taken out from the Jaegeroo. So now there is 3 tanks on just one. Okay, missile boy, says the Chieftain, who literally did nothing. Stay still. Like, no, we're not going to stay still. So Melee is pretty much, there's 4 minutes left on the clock. There's 2 TDs and a heavy, the Motion, and they're pretty much all slow tanks. So in this kind of situation, don't go chasing a light tank. Just go cap. Bring the light tank to you. Now, Melee has already done 3.2k damage, but bearing in mind, it is a missile tank. So they are able to get into some positions where you are going to be able to shoot, and you're not going to get any shots taken back. So I like what they did there. They pretty much went one way and then pretty much turned and went the other way. But what they're going to do is going to go in this bush to see if they can open up whoever is capping, and they are going to open up the Motion any moment now. After they open up the waffle. So at the moment, the enemy are doing the right job. I think all 3 of them are actually sat in cap. They are all sat in cap. And here is the Motion. So they're going to literally, he's not spotted. They're not spotted. So they are able to aim and get that nice shot into the bottom plate of the Motion. But they are now spotted. So Melee has to relocate. And where they are spotted, the enemy knows that pretty much where this tank is heading until they reset the camo. So what they're going to do, what Melee's going to do, is pretty much get close again, use a hill, and they are going to be able to fire some missiles. Now the enemy are on 72, 75, and now here comes the missiles. Nice shot there in on the Jaegeroo. Now again, the enemy knows where they are. Like, just cap, or maybe all push together. But with 60 cap points, they just sit there. There's another missile shot on the Jaegeroo, and they're going to start pushing. They are going. Well, 2 of them are going to start pushing, the Jaegeroo and the Waffle, but they're going to start pushing at different directions, which, I mean, they're trying to isolate, which isn't a bad thing, but not a good time to donk your shot there from the waffle. Bullshit. No, you're bullshit. Like, aim. Aim, that's all you got to do. All you've got to do is aim. And the motion at the moment is still capping, and there needs to be one person at least in cap. And as you can just see, the cap has stopped, which could only mean that the tanks are on their way down. Now, Mealy's not spotted at the moment, so they are able to get that nice shot in on the waffle. And here comes the Jaegeru, who does go for the HE shot, which could probably, I would have said, is the right thing. Now, the T92E1 was full hit points, and the Jaegeru is only a one shot, so he needed to get that HE and he needed to high roll, and that would have brought Mealy down to a one shot. Now, we have the Motion, who is not the smartest of players at all. Not at all. And now, as we know, with the heat on this thing, it is a missile and it has really good penetration, where the Motion decides to push just as the others were dying. And it's just like, and now just look at the Motion. It can't do absolutely nothing. It's just reversing. It's just reversing with its turret reversing. I mean, there's a rock right next to him, man. There's a rock, like, you still, even now, look, you're still just reversing and going forward. Just go towards a rock. But by then, it was just a little bit too late. But still, nonetheless, that was a great battle from the T92 Mealy. Well done. 7,889 damage. Top gun, high caliber, and of course that Kolobanov medal as well. 67,000 credits earned, which is pretty good in this tank, and 1,955 base XP. Now, considering the Jaegeru and the Motion were in a platoon, they should have really worked more together. But that battle, I didn't even realise they was in a platoon until the end. Next up, now this one is special. Wet Sock Fetish. And we've seen this happen so many times, and so many people fall for this trick. And if you know what I'm on about, there is a certain position in a map, in this map, where a medium tank or mainly medium tanks will get to, where the enemy struggle to get you. Now, Wet Sock Fetish is going to get into that position a bit later on in the battle. We're going to have to just wait and see, because it is truly special. It really is just funny to watch, and you just have to laugh at the enemy. And it's not just one dummy, it's not just two dummies, it's not even 3 or 4 dummies, it's like 5 dummies on the red team. So Wet Sock has gone the medium route, and already they can see that the WZ121, there is a T62, and there is that Sheridan there. So this side is not going to be pushed, and there is only really the Sheridan and the Waffle that is this side. So if he can get a nice HE shot there, 520 HE shot into that Waffle, we really need to clear this Sheridan, because that's the one that is keeping Wet Sock spotted, and the tanks that are the other side will have shots off if he goes behind or without this church thing as cover. So they're not going to go and chase the Sheridan. They're going to wait, and if they've got some shots in on the left side, the heavy route, he is going to take it. And as you can see, there is still the T62 there. There is the IS-4 there, and he's going to be able to get a few shots in on that IS-4. Now, his team are actually going to start vanishing very, very quickly. Again, nice shot there in on the IS-4. And he's always paying attention to where this Sheridan is. So if he can get another shot into the IS-4, that will bring that guy down to a one shot. But unfortunately, he does bounce that shot. So at the moment, he's not in any danger. But the team to the left, because of the mediums went there as well, they were pretty much outnumbered. So they have been getting wrecked. And that is 2 tanks down already. And the Sheridan, again, is keeping Wet Sock spotted. So at the moment, there is no shots. There's one WZ gone, so they have bring it down to a 5-on-6. There is a couple of low hit points. You can see the Tortoise is now gone. The T62 is up there, and he donks his shot into that T62. There goes the WZ113. It's a 3 versus 6. Here now comes the Sheridan, and that is great because he manages to bounce the Sheridan, and he's going to have the Sheridan on a reload. He's going to chase him. The Sheridan, I think, tracks himself, which doesn't help him, and he is able to take him out. So at the moment now, it is a 3-on-5 5, a 3-on-5, but his team are now getting overrun in that direction. So there goes the E4, and the T95 E6 has also gone. So 3,300 damage, 1 kill, and it is a 1 versus 5, a 1 versus 5. So when you're in this kind of situation on this map, really, I've done it before. I've seen many other people do it. I've done a video on it before. There's really only one thing to do, and that is to get into the position on to the left side here. Just over this hill, there is another hill that you can get up, and we're going to watch it just unfold, and it's so funny. It is so stupidly funny. This position right here, because of this ditch, I mean, I think Wargaming should cover this ditch because it is frustrating, but it is also so funny when it works out. So he wants to get himself spotted. He has to be spotted. He wants the enemy to know where he is. So he's going to get a nice shot there on the waffle. He gets a lovely bounce in return, bringing him now down to a 1 shot. The standard B is going to try and push, but of course we are going to get a nice HE shot. Well, actually, not a nice HE shot. That was a high roll as well, 275. Now this standard B bring him down to 541 hit points, which is not a lot of hit points when you're against 5 tanks. But the standard B is a auto reloader, so he can't even expose himself because he's going to have at least 1 shell in his chamber, and that will bring him down to a 1 shot. So he's just going to be patient. He's just going to be absolutely patient, and he's going to wait for them to push. Now, if you're in a battle on this map and someone does this, there's just literally one thing to do. Just one thing. I mean, look, the standard B is trying to get up, and he's just going to block him. He's just going to sit there. No, you're not coming up. And all of a sudden, standard B is a 1 shot. Gets a nice shot in the T62, so he's an hour 1 shot, and now here comes the rest of the team. And because of the turret of this thing is mega strong, he is able to pretty much hold down and just get bounce after bounce. Now look at them. Look at them all. They are just sitting. Go cap. Go cap. If someone does this and you see it happen, do not try and attack him. Do not. Just go to cap. Unless he's a 1 shot and you're full hit points and you're quite comfortable, you'll get up on that hill with him. Yeah, maybe. But in this kind of situation, when there's like 4 or there was 5 1 shots, just go cap. It only takes one of you to cap. And this T57 could have just been the bait. He had the hit points. He had the hit points. He just needed to wait. The other tanks, the waffle, where's the waffle? The waffle's a 1 shot. He was on a hill. He could have easily gone to cap. And he's still there. The waffle is still there. If you go and cap and just be patient and wait, I mean, the Sheridan, dude, my team are bots. I totally agree with you. They are complete bots. The waffle should have capped. The waffle should have capped. No one should have pushed. The T57 heavy should have been used as, you know what, I'm going to wait here. You go cap. I'll wait here. He has to come down. He has to. And even he, look, laughing my ass off. It was funny. It was just so funny and so stupid. And that was probably one of the worst World of Dummies I have seen, because they were complete and utter bots. 6.9k damage he managed to farm there. He gets the ace, 6 kills. It was a fun battle to watch. Thank you guys for sending me that in. There will be some more World of Dummies replays because I've got loads. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon.